Hi guys, welcome back to Harry Makes It Up. I hope you're all really well. Today I wanted to do my September favourites. There's a lot of beauty in here, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of cream-based products. I feel like I actually have an addiction. Me and Dave recently came back from a holiday to Tulum in Mexico, which was beautiful, some real rest time, and I think it's got me really excited about when the kind of relaunch goes live for Harry Makes It Up and the new blog, which is coming. I just feel like we're still now working on the iPad and mobile version, so it's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would, but I think it's all going to be totally worth it. So first off, I have a product by Herbivore. You guys know I love this brand. I think I've talked about it quite a lot on my channel already. And this is the Glowing Body Oil, the Jasmine scent. This you could almost wear as perfume. It's so beautifully scented. It smells like real jasmine. There's no kind of artificial scent to this. It feels real. It does just that, makes my body glow. It gives it a really nice sheen when I come out of the shower. It's incredibly moisturizing, and I like the fact that this is a completely organic product, so putting good things into my skin. Another brand that I've been having a real love affair with recently is Sephora's own collection. I feel like this has been around forever, and whilst I know the kind of cult hero products, things like the liquid lipstick, the red Sephora cream lip, which I feel like almost became the staple for what a good liquid lipstick had to compete with, and I still love that product. But recently, since I discovered I think it's the gel serum concealer, which I love, I've been kind of dabbling with a lot more of the Sephora own brand, the Sephora collection products. They are so affordable, and I almost feel like there's a dupe for everything within the kind of Sephora collection, which is great. And one product that I brought to try on holiday and ended up loving is this. This is the Beauty Amplifier. I got it in the travel size. This is the Afterglow Primer and Luminizer. Has a really nice bouncy texture to it, and I feel like this is a great affordable dupe for my beloved Victoria Beckham for Estee Lauder, the Morning Aura, which you guys know I love. This isn't quite the same tone. It's a little bit more goldeny, a little bit more peach, but still it is incredibly beautiful under foundation. I love it just on its own when I'm in a rush with a little bit of concealer, and it's nice to kind of dab on top of cheekbones or use on top of makeup also. And I just think this is a great size. It does come in a full size as well. Really, really effective and performs like a high-end product. So definitely give that a go next time you're in Sephora. Next up is a product that I think very nearly escaped my attention, and this is the NARS for the Charlotte Gainsbourg collection. Now, I love Charlotte Gainsbourg. I even listen to her music. I love her albums. I really recommend them if you haven't heard them. She's obviously an amazing actress and a style icon in her own right. And this is called Alice. Now, the multiple sticks by NARS, again, I think a very kind of hero product status. Now, this is a very bright poppy red, and I found that once I was on holiday and I had really nice kind of base tan, I literally just wore mascara and this, and just like dabbing on my fingers, tapping it on my cheeks. It's such an easy to use product, and I feel like it gives you that look of when you've just been in the sun and you've caught the sun a little bit, but you just look super healthy. And I think since I've been back, I've been trying to kind of keep that glow going and keep the health in my cheeks. So I keep that in my handbag and I reapply it throughout the day. Really, really beautiful product. Obviously you can use it on your lips as well or your eyes, but I love this on cheeks for a really nice, I've just been in the sun and caught it a little bit, like almost like mimicking fancy sunburn, if you like, but really, really like that. And I think it's a really nice color. Also looks beautiful on darker skin tones as well. And I think because of the color, you can like mute it down or build it up. So it's very, very versatile. So I'm not gonna lie, this video is very highlighter heavy. Lindsay Kelk would be very proud of me. There's a lot of sexy robot going on here, minus sparkle. So another product that I also took on holiday and wore pretty much every day, especially when I was wearing nothing else, is this by Ilia. This is their Polka Dots and Moonbeams Illuminator. And I think this might be my favorite cream illuminator ever. It's quite a bold statement, and I've tried a lot of them, and I continue to collect them because they just make me happy. I love the fact it's quite a small stick. It's really easy to use. And I just feel like this gives a very subtle highlight, and it's really nice with that NARS cream multiple as well. It's nice on top of the nose. I've got a little bit on top of my lip, just on top of my lipstick. And I just find it so compact, so easy to use. It's very natural looking. It's very like a believable glow. Again, you can use it on its own. You can use it under your foundation. And I know I keep banging on about cream products, but they really are the products that make me excited to kind of have those good skin days. So for me, that is a win. I absolutely love it. And I've actually picked up some more cream-based products from Ilia that I'm trying out. some really nice autumn tone kind of cheek colours in cream sticks also. These do come in other colours, but I love this. I would describe it as, it's not an icy white, it's sort of like what Becca did with Pearl, but with the teeniest more amount of cream in, if that makes sense. So not quite white, it's like an off-white. Very, very beautiful, and I love it on my skin tone. So I can't believe I'm actually mentioning yet another highlighter. I feel like I could have just called this video all the highlighters I own. There are a lot more than this, that's quite scary. This one is by a brand called Ritual de Fille, probably pronouncing that wrong. And this is the Rare Light Luminizer in Athelion. Now, I think I've mentioned this before on full coverage, and I feel like this gives you like mermaid glowy vibes. So it's still got no glitter, no kind of sparkle to it. It's still got that lovely expensive looking sheen, but this definitely has more of a, if you imagine NARS Orgasm and you took the pink out, I feel like this is the tone. It's like a goldy, peachy, a little bit more yellow, but it still looks beautiful and creamy on the skin and gives that expensive glow. So I feel like highlighters have become my new favorite thing I alternate between. I just really enjoy the different tones, especially when they just look like a sheen on the skin and make you look really healthy and dewy. And this, I've used it a lot in my Pro Kit as well, so I just wanted to give it a mention because I've been using it loads. So you'll be pleased to hear that was the last of the highlighters. I know I have a problem. The next thing is a new find, and I found it here in Los Angeles. This is J. Hannah for the store LCD, which I got in Abbot Kinney in Venice. And this is beautiful. It's 7 free nail polish, and J. Hannah is a jewelry designer and she sells her pieces in LCD, which is a beautiful little boutique in Abbot Kinney. And this is free from a lot of toxic ingredients that are commonly found in conventional nail polish. So it's a nice one if you're looking for a more green beauty version of nail polishes, but it performs well too. I currently have it on my toes. I'm not going to put my feet on the screen because that would just be really weird. But this is such a beautiful colour, and they've kind of marketed it as colours for people who are afraid of colour. So it's like all muted neutrals, there's like a sort of khaki, like creams, and I think there's only 7 to 10 shades. It's quite a small edit, which I really, really like. I love the bottles. They remind me of the American Apparel nail varnishes, which I used to really, really love. And this shade is Watermelon, and it feels a bit like a sort of 70s granny colour, which I'm really enjoying. Don't ask. It feels almost like a little bit 70s in the kind of muted tone, but I really love it. And because it has that kind of neutral side to it, it goes with absolutely everything in my wardrobe. So definitely check out those if you are in Los Angeles. I'm not sure if they ship worldwide or where else you can get it, but if you're in LA, definitely check that out. So scent is something that I will splurge on if I feel like I find a really different scent that really invokes feeling that I really, really love. And this one is beautiful. It's by Maison Louis Marie, and it's a little perfume oil, which actually the size makes it really easy to travel with as well, and in my day-to-day handbag. Plus, I find a little goes a long way, and it really does last, so you don't use as much as you think you're going to. This is number 9 Valley de Farnay, I believe it's called. You get 15 ml, which doesn't sound like much, but I've had this more than a month now, and hopefully you can see I'll do an insert. There's loads left. I feel like I've hardly used any. This is so masculine, and I really love more masculine scents when it gets towards winter, especially when I'm still wearing kind of florals or girly prints. I like to have something quite tough and masculine to offset that with my scent. It's just so kind of woody, a little bit eucalyptusy, very, very beautiful perfume, and I absolutely love this brand. They do stunning candles as well. So I really, really like that, and I think this is going to be my kind of autumn winter scent. So let's talk about dandruff. Not a very sexy topic, I know, but I'm the first to admit that every now and then I suffer with dandruff, and it's a nightmare, not just in how it looks, but having that kind of itchy, flaky scalp is so frustrating. And I've tried lots of different things. I've tried cutting out products with sulfates in, I've tried using more natural brands. I feel like I've really, over this past year, tried a lot of different things, hair scrubs, hair masks. And I think I found a shampoo that's really, really working for me. It's been about a month. So it definitely makes it into favourites, and it says you can use it daily. This is the Philip Kingsley Flaky Scalp Shampoo. Now, I wash my hair probably every 2 days, I would say. I would love to get away with 3 because I know it's better for your hair, but when I work out, I just feel like I can't bear the smell of sweaty hair. It really grosses me out. So even with all the dry shampoo in the world, this has become something that obviously I've been using a lot of. I bought this from Violet Grey. It just says flaky scalp shampoo, washes away the flakes, and it's for all hair types, which I like. And it has it does have a fragrance in it, a bit like an appley scent, but very nice, very pleasant. And this really has worked on my hair. And I think the main reason I've loved this is the fact I can use it regularly. Previously to this, the only thing that had worked on my hair in terms of really making a strong difference, especially when I suffered badly with dandruff, was the Kerastars, I've got it written down somewhere here, the Kerastars Specific Bun Exfoliant Hydrant Shampoo for dry scalp. And with that one, it had kind of like exfoliating beads in, which really exfoliated the scalp. So it worked really, really well. I found it would clear the dandruff, but with that shampoo, you're supposed to use it just until the dandruff goes and then go back to using, I guess, a regular shampoo that you know doesn't trigger the dandruff. So I felt like I knew how to get rid of it, but I couldn't keep it at bay. So I really, really recommend this, guys, for anyone who is interested or is suffering from dandruff also. I know when I went in Sephora, I even asked the girls there, and one of the lovely ladies was even telling me she hadn't found anything, so I might have to go back and tell her about this. Like I said, I bought this in Violet Grey. You can get it on Amazon. Lots of different places have Philip Kingsley, but I really recommend this, and I'm really glad I found something that works. So going on a holiday, I feel like it's one of those things, there's certain things you have to pick up for your wardrobe away. I bought loads of kind of easy to wear, casual, lay by the beach dresses from Gap that were super affordable. And I decided in terms of my kind of holiday outfits, I would invest in a nice hat, because if I'm honest, now I live in LA, I have the need to wear a hat a lot more, especially when I'm on shoots in the desert and it's really hot. And I've kind of always put it off. I feel like I just end up wrapping kind of like a scarf around my head or my t-shirt or something. And I've seen people in hats and how glamorous it looks and always wanted to kind of replicate that look. And I think for me, the reality was I tried on a lot of hats, a lot of which didn't look that good on me, let's just say. But I feel like I found the perfect straw hat that is a bit more pricey, but like I said, I felt like I chose to prioritize my spend on something that I would have forever, that I love using now for holidays and I wear here in LA. And it's beautiful. It's by Janessa Leone and it's the jade hat, and it's just such a sophisticated fit. It feels very timeless, like it could have been worn in the 50s, the 30s, the 80s. Just a beautiful, simple straw hat with one band around it. And I wore that so much on holiday. I just absolutely loved it. I felt very glamorous, especially when I had just a sort of cotton tee on, a little gold necklace and that hat. I felt really nicely done, even when I had no makeup on. And yeah, I really recommend it. I feel like check out her site. She has some beautiful, beautiful hats. And it's actually made me a hat wearer. I feel like maybe now I will explore looking into hats more often, now that I'm in the sunshine a lot. And yeah, I just want to tell you guys about that because it really was something that I invested in and I'm really pleased I did. So another thing that I found on holiday that was wonderful was having time to kind of rediscover my hobbies. Now, some of you may or may not know, me and Dave actually collect vintage film cameras, in particular old Leicas, generally kind of like compact cameras. We kind of look for them on eBay and then we find them and we take them when we go on trips. And that's one of our hobbies we do together. And for so long, I'd kind of forgotten the joy of taking photographs. And I decided I wanted to invest again in a camera that I could really play with, that was portable, something that I could use for my blog, because with the launch of the new blog, I really want to have a more editorial feel, almost like you could be reading a magazine as a blog. And I just really got back into taking photos again for pleasure. We didn't take our laptops, we kept our phones on airplane mode a lot of the time. And to really rediscover a hobby again was wonderful. And it's really triggered my love for photography again, both reading photography books, kind of having fun learning to edit, taking photos. So my favorite this month, and it is kind of my be-all favorite, be-all end-all favorite, is my Olympus Pen F. Now, I brought this, I think 2 weeks before I went on my holiday. Absolutely love this camera, and I don't care what people say. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's not worth having a camera that's beautiful and better to have one that does what you need it to. I think this does both. I think it's very, very beautiful. It's incredibly compact, and it's the first time I've actually experimented with prime lenses. So that just means you can take the lenses on and off, which I'm learning. And you know, I've always wanted to be able to get that nice background. I think it's called bokeh, the like blur, and learning how to do that has just been so much fun. I purchased the body only, and then I chose to get a 17mm lens and a 45mm lens as well, which is kind of like a portrait lens, which I will show you guys here. So that's the portrait lens. It's a tiny bit longer, but generally they're very, very discreet lenses in terms of I can do street style photography with them, I can do product shots. And there were quite a few bloggers who I really enjoyed, who I noticed actually use this camera. I know What Olivia Did uses this camera for some of her work. I think Fashion Me Now uses, Lucy Williams uses this camera sometimes. So I'd seen people using it, I'd watched a lot of tutorials, I really did my research. And so I'd always been a Canon girl before, and I was quite nervous to try something new, but I loved the look of this camera, and I'd seen such beautiful results on it when I'd looked at tutorials and people reviewing it online. I just totally fell in love with it, and it's really blown me away, the quality, and for how small it is, how easy it is to carry around, means I actually have it on me all the time. So going from Canon to this was very, very easy. I find the Olympus setup very, very easy to use. And what excited me most is you can actually get an adapter so you can pop vintage lenses on this, which I'm so excited about trying. I'm still learning, I'm still playing, but it's so nice to have a hobby again that it benefits my work too, but it's just really enjoyable for me. Me and Dave can go out together and just take photos and enjoy kind of doing more road trips and travel. And I really, really love it. So I definitely wanted to mention that. Such a fun camera. It is a little bit pricey, as I think it's almost priced in between the professional cameras and the beginner cameras. So the quality is great. Okay, it's not going to be your Canon Mark V, 5D. That shows you how little I know about cameras. But it does what I need it to do, and I love it, and I do take it with me everywhere. So really, really happy I invested in that, and I definitely think this is a beautiful, brilliant camera. So last but not least, in my September favourites has to be our podcast, Full Coverage. I'm talking about the beauty podcast I run with my lovely friend and work wife, Lindsay Kelk. So I know I've mentioned it a couple of times here on my channel, and I always link to it in the description box, but for anyone who doesn't know, we are a beauty podcast. We have various segments on it. We have new news at the beginning where we talk about up and coming product launches, beauty news within the industry, so new launches, etc. Maybe things to do with events like red carpet events that are happening, or the Oscars, and we report on those. Then we have a segment where we do interviews, or we have a topic, so we kind of discuss that, and you guys can totally be involved with that. You can send us in at Full Coverage Pod on Twitter, things you want us to talk about or cover. Let us know who you want us to interview. So far we've been so lucky. We've interviewed the lovely Dr. Murad. We've had Jamie Greenberg, Kristen Stewart's makeup artist on. We have had Charlotte Knight from Ciate on, and we recently had Caroline Hirons on, which was amazing. So if you're into skincare and beauty and makeup, definitely check out Full Coverage Pod. And we always finish with our highlight of the week. So we share with you what we've been loving. It's once every 2 weeks, and we're just really proud of it. I just love it. I feel like it's such a nice way to you know, talk beauty with you guys. It's very informal, it's very chatty, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So I would love for you guys to check that out if you haven't already. As always, links to everything will be down below. So thanks so much guys for listening to me ramble. I hope you guys are having a really good week wherever you are, and you have a lovely weekend. I would love it if you guys subscribe, and I'll see you soon for more videos. Thanks so much guys, bye!